Hey everybody, welcome Lemon Nation. It's time for the week with Monique. I'm Monique Pressley, and it's always a pleasure to come back to you and talk to you about that one thing out of all the things that are going on in this country, in this world. I'm trying to narrow it down for you to that one, maybe two things that I think are not just newsworthy, but are critical for you to know about for your life. Now, I admit, since I was last with you last week, when we were talking about our first Black Pope, oh, hooray, thank God, first American Pope, first Black Pope. But that's not what we're talking about this week. That's just since last week. Also, since last week, the mayor of Newark, Mayor Ras Baraka, was trying to go to an ICE detention facility in Newark. The ICE detention facility is not up to code and does not have an active license in order to be running a detention facility where they are arresting and keeping other humans, and where they're claiming, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, claiming that it's gang members, MS-13, et cetera, and so on, but there's no proof whatsoever that that's who they've put in that facility, absent any due process. So people are showing up saying, let us see. And Congress members showed up saying, let us see, and they weren't allowed in, and Mayor Baraka showed up to support them and was invited to step inside the gate. He does it. You know what they do? They arrest him. And they detained the mayor in a separate but not far away ICE detention facility. They questioned the mayor. They held the mayor for over 4 hours. They body handled, like they roughed up, treated poorly two members of Congress, Congresswoman Bonnie MacIver Congresswoman Monica MacIver and Congresswoman Bonnie Watson. It was a mess. It was a mess. And now we hear today that the Department of Justice, Bondi, is planning to also press charges against Congresswoman Monica MacIver. I don't know what for. I have no idea. She was supposed to be there. She was supposed to be able to be there. She was supposed to be able to have entry. Why in the world would they be trying to arrest this member of Congress? Like, what could that possibly be about? Maybe the same reason that they arrested the mayor? I don't know. Y'all come up with the reasons. Anyway, we're hearing about that. But you know what? That's not even what I'm here to talk to you about. I could be talking to you about the fact that the Supreme Court is trying to figure out whether birthright citizenship is still a thing. We're fighting to figure out if birthright citizenship, like if you are born in the USA, if you still are a citizen here with all the rights that go with being a citizen here, because the Trump administration and the conservative MAGA people who are running our government right now don't want that to be true. If you're brown, they don't, brown Black people born here, if your parents were not legally here according to them, or if one of your parents was not legally here, or if both of your parents were residents here with green cards but not citizens here, they want to say that the baby who was born here is not a citizen, even though that goes against everything that's ever been the case about this country. Do you know why we have birthright citizenship? It's because of slavery. Yeah, it's because they took my ancestors, kidnapped them under threat and duress, force, robbed them from their land in Africa. Stay with me. There's a through thread on Africa. Brought them to the United States. Some died, some were killed, some jumped and drowned. They made it here, Middle Passage. I'm not going to teach all of African American history today, but we have birthright citizenship because people were brought here and then birthed children here who would have been not whole citizens, but 3/5 of a human, of an American, and they created, legislated, enabled birthright citizenship so that that would not be the case once we were supposed to have slavery behind us. Is it though? Is it? So now the immigrants that they don't want, the brown ones, they don't want the people who were born of them, the humans, the babies who were born here, to have the rights that go with being born here, like everybody else who's been born here for the past 250 years. They don't want that. That's not even really what I'm here to talk to you about, though, because the birthright citizenship thing is interesting, right? When you juxtapose it with the South African white farmers who are apparently the victims of a slow-acting genocide, according to the wealthiest man in the world, who happens to claim South Africa as homeland. Apparently, the number of people that you could practically count on your hand who have been mistreated, allegedly, in South Africa have led to our president, who listens to whatever lies people say in his ear and then does this edict, let them in, let them in. We now are providing advanced immigration entry and even providing land opportunities to white South African farmers who are victims of genocide in their homeland, which is a lie. Like, let me just make it clear to you. That's not true at all. That's all garbage. That's not happening. They still own like 90% of the land in South Africa. And what is going on in South Africa with a small percentage of the land has nothing to do with a genocide. It doesn't even have to do with an illegal stripping of property. None of that is going on, okay? But we got the first crop, y'all. We got the first shipment. They came in. Like, your tax dollars paid for charter jets for white South African farmers to come here while, because of the Trump administration, they brought them here while they are fighting in court to say that brown people who were born here are not citizens. Is any of this registering for those of you who think that the racism is not a real thing, that the white supremacy is not a real thing? Is any of it registering? Because you know what? Now we're at the thing that I'm trying to talk to you about. Medicaid. Did you hear that this week your representatives in Congress are trying to cut $800 billion from the Medicaid program in order to fund the SALT taxes, to fund the taxes for the rich that are about to expire? They're trying to grab that money from poor people, from people who are sick, from children whose parents cannot afford health care, from people who have special needs, who receive their health care, their services, their therapies through Medicaid. That's where they're looking for their cuts. And that's the one thing out of all those things that are equally important, not a distraction, equally important, all important. This is the one thing I want you to pay attention to. You know why? Because what they want you to think is that this is another part of their white supremacist agenda, so it doesn't affect you. They're lying. They want you to think, yeah, all those other poor people, the black and brown ones, the immigrants, it affects them, not you. They're lying. Do you know how many people receive Medicaid services? 73.8 million people in this country. in one form or another receive them. Do you know that of all the places, like I'm going to show you on a map, here's my map. I'm going to show you, it's going to come on the screen in a little bit, but if you're in a red state right now, a so-called red state, or a blue state where your member of Congress won, like a conservative member of Congress, we talking about you, boo boo. We talking about you. You know, Chip Roy, just as I'm speaking today, is one of 5 people that voted down the most recent budget plan that they're trying to get through. So they're probably not going to have any more votes. That's the breaking news. But he didn't vote against it because he's trying to save your Medicaid. He voted against it because he wants the cuts to come sooner and the tax breaks to come sooner. He says the cuts are too far off and the tax breaks aren't immediate enough. Texas, where, I'm going to show you, total Medicaid and CHIP enrollment, 4,175,309. Medicaid enrollment, 3,821,806. CHIP enrollment, that's kids, that's SNAP benefits, 353,503. That's you, Texas. That's you. Do you just figured out that your health care that you are thankful for is Obamacare? Now do you understand that your Obamacare is Medicaid and that they're talking about you? You're the one they're cutting because you know what? While some things are whites only, like our immigration policy, everything else is white and rich only. That's what we're dealing with right now. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care. Florida. Are you in Florida right now as you're listening to me? Your representatives don't give a damn about you. Total Medicaid and CHIP enrollment, 3,740,669. Medicaid, 3,568,648. CHIP enrollment, 172,021. I'm trying to tell you, you think you're exempt, Kansas? 403,000? 111? Arizona, come talk to me. 1,899,615 total Medicaid enrollment. Hello, Georgia. Hello. 1,930,006 total Medicaid and CHIP enrollment. Name me a state where you think you're safe, but you're not. Louisiana. Total Medicaid and CHIP enrollment, 1,525,052. I could go on. This map is available to you. You can go to medicaid.gov and understand when you click on it, you can do it. It's almost as easy as paint by numbers. You can figure it all out. They have the list for you. They have the map for you. The map is interactive. This is our family members. These are our friends. These are our grandparents. These are our children who are being affected by this. You. And you know what? Even if nobody in the world you know is a recipient of Medicaid benefits, CHIP benefits, it's still going to affect you when they cut them. It's already happening to people because if you are going to get your services provided to you by a place that also provides services to Medicaid recipients, to CHIP recipients, when they don't get their funds, they're closing. When they don't get the Medicaid part of it, they're closing down. It's already happening. There are places, there are clinics, there are healthcare providers that are preemptively shutting their doors because things are starting to dry up. And so then you who thinks that you're untouchable, you will be driving 30 minutes. You will be on the bus, on the train, whatever, in order to take your child to get their cancer treatments, to get their whatever speech, whatever occupational therapy, whatever physical therapy. All of that is going to be harder for you because we are in a country where everybody touches everybody somehow, some way. And none of us are free unless all of us are free. And when sick people can't get their services and they're poor, it affects the sick people who can't get their services, but they're rich. When will we learn? And my last question, when will we care? Because what we're dealing with right now, this is life and death. This is not a game. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm out of time, the same way I always do. Call your member. Email your member. Red state, blue state, purple state, doesn't matter. Reach out and say no. Say you will not get away with this. Say your job is on the line too, Congress member so-and-so. Because if you do this in our state, you're going to answer for it at the ballot box the next time you're up for election. We need you to take that action right now. We need you to show up at those offices. You don't have to come all the way to Capitol Hill. Go to your own state capitol. You don't have to go all the way to your own state capitol. Go to your member's local office. Show up at your council meetings. Get your council, get your mayor to speak up and speak for you to the state. And then from the state to the federal. You'll know how this works. 202-226-3121. That's a number you can call, but there are other numbers you can call. USA.gov, Medicaid.gov. Get your information. Use the information. You have a phone. You have a platform. Please use it. Our lives, all of us, are on the line. That's all I have for you this week. Please go to my channel, the Monique Pressley channel, and subscribe. Like this video, please, and share it so the algo will be our friend. And of course, we want you to continue to follow Dawn's channel. I am so thankful for this opportunity to come to you week after week and share with you not everything that's important, but just the things that are making my highlight list. Until next week, stay safe out there.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.